What is going on, Alpha Hunters? Hope everybody is having a marvelous Monday. It's marvelous, meticulously marvelous Monday. Yes. Very nice. Gap down here on the SPY. We're gonna take a look at some things. We got some good things moving today. Nice. What was this, about a 0.75% gap down? Yep, down about 0.75% there on the open. We traded down to just under 1%, about 1% down on the day on the SPY. Tech has been getting absolutely obliterated. And so we'll take a look at some tech stuff. But yeah, SPY, nice gap down. Kind of got bought up real quick. And then first 20 minutes after that, nice rollover there for about an hour and 15 minutes, hour 10 minutes or so. And then a nice little rally here for about an hour and a half. And then kind of pulling back since then, I guess. Nothing kind of too crazy on a pullback. We'll see what kind of happens going into the close. But if you want to know where it's really coming from, take a look at the Qs. Qs are getting absolutely obliterated. You know, the SPY's down 0.7%, and the Qs are down 1.25%. So, yeah, Tech, which was underperforming pretty good last week, and really ever since the Wednesday open on that Thanksgiving week, I believe that was November 22nd, Tech has been underperforming quite a bit, especially last week. And today, even Friday, you kind of saw it was actually starting to sell off, or starting to definitely deviate away from what most of the other major indices that I track here were kind of doing. So definitely seeing a lot more of that tech selling coming in today. So yeah, they got wrecked pretty good today. We'll see what happens as we go into close. Definitely, you see tech here even recently kind of continuing to break down, making a new low here over the past 30 minutes, and the SPY hasn't quite broken the last 30-minute low. So kind of interesting spot. IWM though, take a look at the IWM. Nice gap down here on the IWM. Gap down roughly 0.4%, but trading higher. So it's had like about a little bit over 1% intraday move from where it opened, because it opened down 1.4%. It's currently up 0.7%. Looks like it has been up about 1%. Let's see. Yeah, it's been up over 1% for the day. So nice move over there on the IWM. And the IWM and RSP had monster moves on Friday. You can see the IWM getting back up into this kind of a resistance zone. Looking pretty good there. Yeah, looking pretty good. We'll look at the daily picture here in a sec. But DIA, nice gap down, got bought up, pulled back. Nice steady uptrend over the past 2.5 hours. Okay. RSP, nice gap down, first 20 minutes, very strong buy up there. So outside of big tech, seems like the RSP, like a lot of the other stocks, the other 98% of stocks doing pretty good there. Nice little move here. Sideways, very nice sideways move, kind of around the neutral line, not really down too much. It's just down about 0.1% from Friday's close. RSP, yeah, had a huge move there on Friday. Made sense to continue at least a little bit higher today, especially with how bullish that Friday move was. Gotta check and see something here real quick. So the high back on September 1st was 151.17. The high today was 151.01. So we haven't quite taken out that high from back on September 1st. But we got really close today. DIA, Dow Jones Industrial Average. This thing has been a monster. And yeah, starting to look pretty good. I mean, there's no denying this. This is starting to look pretty good. This move here over the past 5 weeks, that looks pretty good. I think we'll probably see a pullback, but that looks pretty good. IWM, Yeah, just kind of coming into that resistance level as well. And you know, another one. It's got a lot of noise. A lot of these different resistance levels throughout here, and kind of mentioned this at the end of last week. You know, you want to make sure it gets up. You probably want to see it take out this high back from September 1st, and then look for the pullback. But yeah, I would just say right now would be a good time to just wait on the IWM. I was saying, you know, back here in October, you want to be picking it up down here, right? You want to be picking it up down here. Looking at the weekly, we were snagging just below these lows here over the past couple of years, back in 2022, and those were fantastic lows. Now, I did think we were actually going to come down to this line, this basically 160 level, because we had some pretty good tops right there back in 2019. So I kind of thought we would come down and kiss that and take off, but really we just came and got right under last year's lows, and that was it. And then we were kind of moving higher. I still really like being bullish on the Qs, or on the IWM over the Qs, and that's just kind of where I'm at with that. And so if you look at the Qs, I mean, that's a huge gap down. That's a weekly gap down under these wicks that we put in on Thursday, Friday. I mean, that's a big time gap there on the Qs. Well, maybe we didn't gap below Thursday's low. Let me go to intraday. Did we gap below? We didn't quite gap below Thursday's low, but we got below Friday, and yeah, I mean, that's a big time gap down on Monday. I wouldn't say there was major news where like all the markets were down like 1.5% or 2%. Like it's just tech. Yeah. So that's a brutal one there for tech. I'd imagine tech's gonna be selling off, which then probably starts to really kind of spill over into SPY, SP 500, and IWM, RSP, the Dow Jones. I mean, they're not going to continue to run at the pace that they've been running without, you know, everything kind of moving up together, whether that, you know, Qs and big tech kind of just slowly grind higher. But yeah, I mean, I can see some much more selling coming in soon. You see the SPY doesn't look nearly as bad here, especially over the past couple of days like the Qs do. Now, we did have a hugely bullish candle there on Friday, but I mean, just compared to, I mean, how the Qs look over the past 4 days, SPY looks quite a bit better. I mean, the SPY's not even close to the 20-day moving average, and the Qs are hitting it, right? They were hitting it today, so yeah, I wouldn't be shocked if we continue to see the tech sell off, and it'll just continue to weigh on the SPY. All right, so that's a little bit of a recap of what's going on with the 5 majors. Anyways, it's always good to kind of get perspective. Let's go take a look at the market, what's moving. VIX, a little bit of a gap up here on the VIX. Makes sense. It's Monday. VIX gaps up like on Monday 98% of the time, pretty much. Maybe not even that high, but it's pretty high. Yeah, VIX higher on Monday. Makes sense. Dollar moving higher. Kind of talked about this last Thursday. Dollar, very strong move higher. A little bit of an upper wick there on Friday. You're going to want to see today or Tuesday if that upper wick was just a retest and we were going to continue down. But nope. Dollar is pushing back higher, getting above this upper wick. So dollar's probably going to go on a little bit of a run. This was absolutely fantastic of a spot to exit here on the dollar as we came into the 62% retracement level, or some people call it the golden pocket. I mean, just absolute money spot. You know, we were talking about that one over the past couple of weeks. Like this would have been a fantastic, absolutely fantastic trade. Let's see. Dollar's looking pretty good, especially since it's getting above that Friday high. Let's look intraday. Looks pretty good, man. Okay, so dollars up. See, is gold. Gold's getting hit a little bit. Gold's a little bit extended, especially with that move on Friday. Gold getting hit pretty good. I'm gonna check futures because that's about the main thing. Ooh. So if you're not aware, gold was hitting all-time highs there on Friday. So this is massive all-time high territory on the gold futures, and you can see here as I zoom in, gold futures yesterday when they started trading. Like, look at that spike there on gold futures. Like right up, and then it's faded down the whole day. Now, I'm not saying that this is a major reversal. That is a hugely scarce upper wick, but we've had a pretty good uptrend. I wouldn't be so much thinking that this is going to be a huge reversal. We come down a lot. I think it was just kind of a blow off the top type moment. A lot of people that were kind of short and had stops at that all-time high level, they were probably closing bearish or short positions on gold. That's probably what that was, and I would imagine any kind of pullbacks, any meaningful pullbacks here, people are going to be dipping toes in and just be buying up gold positions. So I would prefer to do it with the GLD, in my opinion. GLD has not hit all-time highs. It's gotten close. It's kind of like the upper ends of those ranges, right? But it hasn't hit it. Gold futures have a little bit better price action there. So the 10-year yield, nice move higher today. Definitely got crushed off there on Friday. Wow, nice move there on Friday. You see it really moving down midday on Friday into the lower part of the close there on Friday. So dollars up, helping support yields. We'll see what happens. Maybe it kind of bases out here because that's where last year's high was. So we'll see. 10-2 inversion. So 10-year up pretty good. So that means the 2 years bouncing back pretty good. Yeah, 2 years bouncing back pretty good. So we'll have to see what kind of continues to happen here in yields. HYG bonds, a lot of things just got really overextended there on Friday. HYG higher. Okay, LQD, or I'm sorry, HYG a little bit lower. LQD also lower. TLT also a little bit lower there. Okay, I'm gonna check out sector rotation. I already know how bad this is gonna be for tech, but still want to see it. Let's go. Thank you. All right, there we go. So we got leading the day: staples, real estate, healthcare, industrials, utilities, financials, all outperforming up at the top end of the day. Discretionaries and energies are also outperforming. Then you got materials, communications, and tech. Okay, all underperforming there. So if we take out the gap, how are things performing intraday? Underperformers are materials, tech, and healthcare. Okay. Communications, a little bit of performance there. Discretionaries, financials outperforming. Staples, industrials, financials, utilities, and real estate all outperforming. All right. Yeah, the thing that really hit tech today was definitely that gap down. So